Hello chess enthusiasts, my name is Miha and welcome to my Chess Realm YouTube channel. Today I am going to show you a rapid game between Magnus Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana. It was played in Clutch International, which was an online knockout tournament. In the finals, Carlsen and Caruana met and they played 12 games, and we are going to take a look at the last decisive game. Carlsen had white pieces and he started with c4, e5, knight to c3, knight to f6. We have two knights variation of English opening. White plays g3, bishop to b4, attacking knight on c3. Theory suggests that white should not try to remove the knight or protect it with any other piece, but more or less accept the fact that he's going to get double pawned as if black so chooses. So e4 was played, bishop takes on c3, bishop takes on c3. You might think that pawn on e4 is for free, but if black takes the pawn, then queen to e2, attacking two of black's pieces and also x-raying black king. So black castles king side, f3, and b5 pawn is not protected, but if white takes the pawn, then d5 square is not so much protected anymore, and with d pawn push, black can open lines and diagonals for his pieces, and for a sacrificed pawn, black is better from strategical point of view. In the game, white plays d4, e takes on d4, c takes on d4, and b takes on c4. And here, if white recaptures immediately with bishop to c4, then d5 is very dangerous, attacking bishop and double attack on e4 pawn, more or less forcing the exchange of pawns in the center. And after that, rook to e8 with an attack to king is very unpleasant because white still didn't castle. So first white plays e5, knight to d5, and bishop takes on c4. And I want you to take a look at this position. Knight on d5 is under attack, and if white wants to castle, then he has to remove his knight, and the most optimum way is to put it on h3, and from then he can reach g5, posing threat to the enemy king. So black should have predicted that and keep his bishop on c8, and later with d6 attack on h3 square, and also striking the center would be the most optimum way. And maybe it would be better to defend the knight with c6, but black saw the things a little differently. Bishop to b7 was played, knight to h3, d6, and white castles kingside. And the safest continuation here for black would be knight to b6, attacking bishop on c4, and when white retreats, then d takes on e5, d takes on e5. Black can now force the exchange of queens, removing one threat to his king. But black is not sensing any danger, so knight goes to d7, now rook to e1, d takes on e5, d takes on e5, knight on d5 is double attack, so black defends it with knight from 7th rank goes to b6, bishop to b3, now queen to e7, the first in the series of inaccuracies. Let's say rook is x-raying black queen, and it's never good to put queen on the same diagonal as the rook, so now white plays a stunning move, e6, and the best reply here from black would be simply f6, keeping control on the g5 square, preventing white knight to jump on it, which will be very important later in the game. But another blunder, black plays f takes on e6, and now knight to g5, double attack on e6 pawn. But more important, knight is also attacking h7 square, preparing to put the queen to the game with mating threats. And here maybe the best option for black would be defending the e6 pawn with bishop to c8, and if queen to c2, then g6. Black is now, let's say, protected, but white still has a clear advantage, although he would have to play accurately if he would want to convert it. But in the game, black has devised a different defending plan. Rook goes to f6, queen to c2, and rook to g6. h7 square is now protected, but black is practically lost. White took the pawn on e6 with rook, and now queen and rook are under attack. Black has a few options. If he captures the rook with rook, then queen to h7, king to f8, and queen to h8 checkmate. If maybe black wants to remove the queen to d7, then white captures on g6, and black has to recapture his rook down, and now queen to g6 with king in the open. Black is actually lost. Maybe he could try to trade the queens, for example with queen to d6, but after queen to h7, king to f8, bishop to a3, black has to capture, and rook to e1. Black king is, let's say, stuck in the corner. He could deliver a few checks, but even after maybe knight to f6, then queen to h8, knight to g8, and queen to g8, checkmate. Now in the game, black took the rook with queen, and now knight recaptures, rook recaptures for a queen. Black has a rook and a piece, but this is not going to be enough. Black is actually lost. In the game, white played bishop to b2, rook from a goes to e8, and now bishop to d4, king to h8, and queen to f8, bishop to c8, preparing this cover attack on the white queen, but white doesn't allow that, so queen goes to h5, c5, bishop captures on c5, and rook to e5, queen to f7, bishop to h3, and bishop to f8. My mate on g7 is now actually unavoidable, but black still delivered a few checks. Rook goes to e1, white recaptures, black recaptures, king goes to f2, rook to f1, king to e2, knight to c3, king to d3, and now black has more or less exhausted all of his options, and because of unavoidable mate, Fabiano Caruana resigned the game. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something from this game. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, you can find my email below in the description. Of course, I invite you to visit my Instagram page. That's it for now, and see you soon.